Hey, what's up, y'all? Cheers. How y'all doing today? Just some Alizé mixed with some other goodness up in there. Let's see. Put it right here. It is good to see y'all again. I am so happy to be here. Now, first, there's a couple things. Uh, Forgive me if you guys hear this crackling thing in the background. It's my fireplace. It's not real. It's electric. The one you plug in. So if you hear it, don't mind it. It's just because a brother is cold, and Another thing is I have on a blanket. This is just a shirt, blanket thing. That whole spiel. Um, and then I'm trying. Okay, as far as this head wrap thing goes, y'all have seen my head wraps before. I'm trying new different things. I get tired of the same style, so I'm trying something different. I don't know. You'll like it. I like it, but nonetheless, I'm more here for my mouth than my looks. Well, and it come out right. I'm here to give you information or my opinion rather than my. So forgive me if this is loud for you. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Okay. I guess we'll have that. Sorry, y'all. I wanted to get the settings right because I don't want my blanket catch on fire. But anywho, so I don't know if y'all. I feel like because I'm this the ratio from where the camera sits to where the TV is. Whatever. But anywho, um, I hope y'all are having a good day. I have been going through some busy stuff as far as all this stuff, auditions and um, um, self tape casting tapes and right now I'm on winter break from school, but I'm struggling with school right now. Struggling with my boo's family and what they're going through, and my own family. So we're gonna be changing something up for this week. Now, I want to continue the conversation about. Okay, now I feel like that is too loud. Sorry, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. That was bothering me. So I know if it was bothering me, it probably gonna bother y'all. So and it's loud. Oh my god, I didn't realize how loud it was until I'm here talking to y'all and everything. So I turned it off. Just I'll be cold. I have my blanket. Um. So I first off want to say happy holidays to everyone. I hope you guys spend time with your families. I hope your Thanksgivings was good. I hope that your Christmas is going to be good and New Year's, all those things. Um, Here's my thing. The reason I want to change up from what I was going to talk about on this episode because I do want to continue the conversation about be careful where you stick your roots, and have that part two about parenting because I talked about step parenting, but I want to deviate from that because with everything that's going on in my life, there are some things I need to talk about right now. And the biggest thing is health. Let me give you a little backstory of what's going on with me and my boo. So, with my boo, um, a lot's going on. A lot's going on. His mom is very very sick. She's in her 80s, and she just broke her I think her ankle, and so she's trying to heal from that so she can't walk. His brother is going through stage 4 lung cancer, and then his dad died. We were in 2023, so would that make 4 years ago? 2019? Yeah, 4 years ago now. So there's that. Now, my family, my mom has irreversible eye damage because she had malformation of the brain, and that's where your brain is too grows to be too big for your head. And then when it has no space, it starts to cause brain problems or just problems in general. Her problems became where her head became too big her brain became too big for her skull, and so it started to make like grow elsewhere, and it started to cause back problems, cerebral problems, vision. I think cerebral. I meant vision problems, irreversible vision damage. At first, the doctors thought it was glaucoma, so marijuana helped out with that helps out with glaucoma, but that's not the case. She has irreversible eye damage. Um, and then she's going through a host of other issues that I don't want to just blur out all her business, but that's just one thing. If you go to her Instagram page, if you follow me, you can go to her Instagram page, and you can see where she posted pictures of her brain surgery that she had when I think I was in my junior year of high school or something like that, or it probably was my senior year, maybe the end of my junior year into my senior year, something like that. So there's that. Then you have my grandmother, technically by blood/marriage, because if I were to explain to you my family tree, my grandfather married my mom, they had my mom, and then he went up to Denver or something like that and cheated and married my grandmother, but didn't divorce my first grandmother, so that happened. And lied and said that he was divorced or whatever it was. Not to spill his business, but I'm just saying. And then he married my other grandmother, and then they had my uncle, which is my mom's brother. So my grandmother Minnie, but we also call her Cookie. Her real name is Minnie, like Minnie Mouse, but we call her, a lot of people call her in the family Cookie because she's the baker of the family. If you think like Patti LaBelle, she's our Patti LaBelle. And she makes the mean devil chocolate cakes, German cakes, pies, the whole enchilada. She's there for it. And she talked about she don't like cooking. She's not a good cooker, but she can cook her face off too. But for the last, I want to say maybe decade. Am I gonna say a decade? Close to a decade. She's been dealing with kidney disease, chronic kidney disease, which is now turned into, which I found out after my college graduation, literally the day of, right after I left the ceremony, that she has stage 4 kidney cancer. She also has irreversible eye damage from, I think, just having high blood pressure and I don't know if high cholesterol as well, I think. So she's been battling that. So a lot's been going on between me and my boo, but just in families in general. This episode really isn't about it's just to really just highlight, make sure you guys are getting your routine checkups. Men, make sure you're going for your colonoscopies. Brothers, now I'm speaking to everybody, any race that's watching this, but really my black people, because brothers, it is not gay to get your ass checked out. It really isn't. If you want to be like Chadwick Boseman and die at the age of 40, and they're even saying that colon cancer is reaching the younger ages now, especially within the black community. It is imperative that you go for your colonoscopy checkups. Women, get your ovaries checked out, because my mom's going through some stuff with that. And not ovaries, your what is it? Fuck. Your, is it the ovaries? Oh fuck. Yeah, it is. It is. Is it ovaries? It's kind of like where you start to have really bad cramps and stuff, and it's taken up. I have to think of the terminology for it, but make sure you're getting that stuff checked out. Women, October is breast cancer month, but it don't matter. Make sure you are staying up to date with your doctors. I understand we live in a capitalist country, in a white supremacy world where everything is all about money and the bottom line, and if you don't have money, they're not going to treat you. But it is a requirement that if you're in immediate danger, they can't turn you away, no matter your economical status. But it's very imperative that you get your health checked out, y'all. Stay on top of it. Make sure you are eating right. Make sure you're eating lots of fruits, but they do have high calories, lots of vegetables, lots of protein, high protein, low carb. Our body isn't meant to take in a lot of carbs, so like all the pizza and the biscuits and the rolls and the pancakes and the waffles and all this bread and stuff, our body was never meant to take a lot of that in. Our bodies are really, from my understanding, from watching my 600 pound life and following Dr. Nazardin. Hey, Dr. Nazardin, which is amazing, world-renowned bariatric board. I would say he's probably triple board certified doctor that specializes in general surgery, bariatric surgery, vascular surgery, the whole enchilada. The man does it all. Okay. And reach out to him if you need some help. But he's one of the great doctors that, even though he's not black, but he is Iranian, I think. He's an amazing doctor. But really, guys, make sure you guys are really doing your best. High protein, low carb diets. And it's a lifestyle. It's not just something temporary, but it's not just about your eating habits, guys. It's about what you are consuming in your body. Make sure you are drinking lots of water. Make sure you guys are exercising. And the words from Jill Scott, exercising doesn't mean having to go to a gym or go jogging. Go throw a football. Go play basketball. Go to the park. I hope you guys can still see me. But, because, sorry, this is going to get a little uncomfortable where how I'm standing. But make sure you guys are doing your best to really, really, really take care of your vessels, your bodies. This is a one of a kind. There's not another that's going to come about. Your body is one in, I would say 7 billion because, but I haven't really done my recent count of how much approximately the world, how many humans are on this earth. Last time I did it years ago, it was like 7.5 billion, with the most being in China, of course. Because just the China alone, they have like over 3 billion people, I think it was. But you guys really need to make sure you are watching what you're putting in your bodies. You know what I'm saying? FDA, stop killing us. We don't know half of the shit that's on the back of the food that we eat. On the shit, when you look at the ingredients and it says hydroglycol, all these, do your research. Because when you research it up, it says it's bad for you. But the FDA approves it as long as there's just a little amount in there. Oh, we're fine. No. You want to know why we have cancers and things like that? I remember seeing this episode on Grey's Anatomy where this woman, she had never smoked a day in her life, never did anything to harm her lungs, but she ended up with lung cancer. There's a lot of things that are in the medical field that are explainable, in a sense, from just the fact that we're eating stuff that we're not, that has chemicals and as Ice Cube puts it, chemicals in our system that aren't meant to be in our system, that our body ain't able to break down. Really. They get us hooked up on these chemicals and then send us to a hospital who then prescribes us more chemicals through painkillers and all this other shit and money, and then sends us back home. It's a cycle just to have the dead presidents. And I need you guys to wake up from that. Now, one thing I know for sure, that's a whole nother conversation, but I know for sure as well is that it is hard to find adequate doctors, adequate medical team. I understand that, especially for black people, because they're not here for us. Because they already presume we don't have insurance. They already presume that we don't have money. So why not? Why help us? Why? Just send you on to the clinic to get a Rite Aid, Band-Aid, and keep it on pushing, right? I understand that. And it is really hard to find people that are going to advocate for you. But remember, when you step into that doctor's office, you are an advocate. And just to be aware, there's a FedEx here, and I've been waiting for my diploma to get here. So if there's a knock at the door, I will keep this thing rolling. If they knock, you'll probably hear the dogs bark. So just bear with me. But I don't know when they're supposed to ship it out. They said 6 to 8 weeks, 6 to 10 weeks, but I don't know. I really know. But I just keep seeing, every time I see them go by, I'm expecting that's my package. So I just saw them through the window. But anywho, please make sure you guys are doing your best and keeping up on your health. It is imperative. Recently my grandmother was just hospitalized because she was eating stuff for Christmas that she wasn't supposed to eat. She was eating beans. She's not supposed to eat beans because then and then she was eating popcorn. So those two things, I guess they tore some linings in her stomach, and she started throwing up blood at like 5 a.m. on Tuesday. So which was yesterday. So she ended up not being able, she ended up having to go to the ER. The EMT came and grabbed her, and they said she was throwing up and trying to get in contact with her, but the hospital phone line is crappy. But it's very imperative that you guys are, doing what you're supposed to do. Now, I realize what I'm saying, my timelines are not matching up because I'm shooting these episodes when I can, and I try not to make sure there's nothing forced in this. So the reason why this is the week of Christmas, Wednesday. So, because Christmas was on Monday, today is that I'm shooting this, it's the what is it? The today's the 27th. So this all happened this past week. So this week you're getting a twofer for the episodes. Um, but and I'm trying to get back on track, but just a lot of things that just been going on has just been hindering me from. I have to wait for some inspiration because I want to get on this show and really have some heartfelt, impactful things to say to you guys. I don't want to just get on here and start just mouthing off with some of the stuff I have said in the past, but then also just that stuff I was also feeling at that time. I'm a human being. Some of those things change, but really, it is imperative that we take care of our health, Black people. My brothers, get your bodies checked out. Stop waiting for your woman to send you to the doctor. That whole statistics about the reason why a man lives longer with a woman than without one is because they make them go to the doctor. Get up and go to the doctor. If you can go out and check your cars and make sure your transmissions are good, your engines are good, tires are good, all that stuff, you can take your ass to the doctor. It is very imperative that as Black people, we are around for our families for generations and generations to come. Is there that whole... I get that analogy, you go into the doctor fine and you leave out with all these issues. But if you never went to the doctor to begin with, then what do you mean? Your body, it's like your car. This whole, now I'm going to speak to men like it's a car. If you don't take your car in for a routine maintenance, now when you finally take it in, they're going to assess it and they come out with this laundry list of things. Don't get mad because all these things are there because you haven't done a routine exam. You haven't checked underneath the hood. So it's imperative that you don't go to a clinic, go to a doctor, find a primary care physician that can help you. Run your blood test, run your testosterone levels, run CT scans, CAT scans, PET scans, all of those things on your body, doing tests to make sure you are good and that they're not missing on anything. And make sure that you have someone that is in your corner, because I've had it where my mom has expressed herself to her white doctors, and sorry, all this stuff is in this air. White doctors, and then they say I've been there before with her at one time, and the doctor was like basically literally ignoring what my mom was telling her. I'm this, I'm that, and then they're trying to basically discount it and not listen to it. It's very, and I think I recall that I probably did an episode about health, but this one is really just to remind you. If I did, I have to look back. I'm sorry, I'm just so out of sorts right now. But it's very imperative. I know I have talked about health before. But it's very imperative, though, my Black people, that we stay up to date on our health. We are the leading cause for high cholesterol, our obesity, life expectancy is at its all-time low because of obesity. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop eating the McDonald's. We gotta stop eating the churches and the Popeyes and the Chick-fil-A's and the Canes and the KFC and the McDonald's and I think I said Burger King and the Starbucks and the Panda Express and the Wing Stops and everything. If you notice, America is the number one leading cause for fast food. Fast food. Is fast food everywhere else in the world? Yes, but in its own way, yes. But America is the number one cause because we're always on the go. Because you want to know why? I just said it earlier. Capitalism, all about the money, the bottom line. We're always on the go. And that's something we have to change as a society. Stop being on the go all the time. Take a break. Take a breather. Get you some water. Now I know Paul called the kettle black because here I got some Alizé with some goodness in it. So I'm taking me a sip. That's so good. So good. I know that's Paul called the kettle black. But if you really want to be around for your families, we gotta stop this. We have the number one leading cause for crime, the number one leading cause for food addiction, the number one leading cause for drug addiction, the number one leading cause for alcohol addiction. Paul called the kettle black. But I don't have an addiction to that, trust me. I barely drink. I rarely do. A lot of times on this show, I have water or Kool-Aid or soda in there. It's not really, it's not really drinking. A lot of drinking that I do. But it's just today is just one of those days I need to wind down. But seriously, guys, we gotta get our health together. We gotta. And my boo, he's white. My boo is white. His family is white. So, and I'm black. So really more so mixed with if I would explain it, my tree, but you know, people look at me, they say you're black, so I'm black. Whatever. But really, guys, it's very imperative that we start caring about our health as my brothers and sisters. We gotta show up and show out. We gotta go to the doctor. I know the system is small for us, and practically, let's be real, they ain't really there for us. Um, but there are black doctors out there that will treat us, that will love on us, that will accept us. I know it's black people all over this continent, but we gotta do better. We gotta do better, my brothers and sisters, because we're dying. We are dying. You know, I go to the doctor. Really, I only get my blood work done and stuff like that, just to make sure, you know, kidneys are good, liver, it's a good liver enzymes, all that stuff. Everything's up to par, and everything is up to par, which is thank God. I'm healthy so far, and healthy as an ox. Ooh, I'm starting to feel a little warm right here. That was it kicking in. But anyway, but I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm still battling some mental stuff. You know, every day is hard for me. I just doing my best to push through mentally, but physically, I'm a-okay. You know what I'm saying? But I really just got on this episode. It's really just a message, y'all. I know on one hand you don't want to go to a doctor because you know that they're not going to actively and adequately, and I'm saying those words purposely. I said actively and adequately in the way I said it. But they're not actively, adequately assuring us and being there for us. We're always overlooked. Oh, you're not in pain. We tell them where our pain is a 8, and they tell us, oh, it's a 2. Go get some ibuprofen from across the counter. You know, those type of things. You know, we have to yell and shout from the rooftops just to get some attention, and when we do, it's while we're loud and we're this and we're that, and we don't know more than the average doctor or anything like that. I get that, but we also have to look at it from the perspective, even if we don't go, we're dying. You know. And then people say, well, I haven't been to a doctor in years because I was afraid at the time I go. So then when I got up the mustard to go, I still got afraid. And then it just turned into me not want to go because I'm going to be embarrassed or ashamed. Well, we got to go. We got to go. You know, we have black people, we have high cholesterol. We're prone to high blood pressure. We're prone to high cholesterol. We're prone to kidney disease, heart failure, heart attacks, hypertension. You know what I'm saying? Those are the leading causes of death for black folks, along with other things like STDs, you know, and things like that. So instead of running out here buying the next car or, you know, flaunting what you may or may not got, it is very, very, very imperative. Put the toys down. My young people, the activism, amazing. Amazing. But it's time that we start to focus on more than just living for tomorrow. Think about what we're going to do from 5 years from now. That's important. What we're going to do from 20 years from now. I told God, I said, hey, God, when I was younger, let me tell you something. There's a little boy named Javier, right? Growing up in Denver, Colorado. North Denver, to be exact. 303 represent Mile High Club 5280. Rocky Mountains. Colorado. So, this boy thought that everybody lived to be 100 years old. But literally, and he was like, well, what happens, dude? What happens when you reach 100? Do you literally die on the time that you were born? Do you live one more day, and then on that 24 hours later from the time you were born, do you die? Or do you die just the day of your birthday at 100? Well, how does that happen? Do we all just live to be exactly 100? But as you get older, you start looking, and, you know, he started seeing people getting shot and crime on the TV and movies and things, and you start hearing about cancer and STDs and diseases and crime and warfare and poverty and drugs and addictions, and all of these things come into play as well. Book of Revelations, if you don't know about it, read about it in the Bible. It doesn't really specifically tell you every little thing that's happening right now, but it does give you an oversight of what exactly is going on right now. This is a replica of the Bible, and it's basically telling you those things. Stay with me. So, this little boy, once he started figuring that out, he was like, well, as I grew up, that little boy was like, I'm speaking in third person because I want you to get the story. Well, okay, God, not everybody lives to be 100. Some people live to only be 20. And when you start watching movies like Boys in the Hood, Higher Learning, Do the Right Thing, Crooklyn, you start watching South Central, Menace to Society, Friday, all those good old classics, cult classics of African Americans. And then you want to take it all the way back, there's Superfly, Let's Do It Again, things like that, But nonetheless, this little boy was like, okay, well then my favorite lucky number, because he's a mama's boy, his favorite color is red, and his favorite number is 8, like his mama. But then also because his mama used to always remember to tell him how to write the 8s instead of like this, it would be the 2 little circles. That's how she would do it, but then he would do it both ways, but then he starts to come to learn how to do it both ways, and he doesn't mind either way. But his favorite number is 8, and his favorite color is red. Blood of Jesus, and a host of other things too. And red is just a sexy color, might I add. I'm just saying. But this little boy was like, okay, fine. Can't live to be 100. At least get me into my 80s. And then I said, well, why don't I just be 88? So, now first person perspective. I told God recently, I said, God, okay, if I can't make it to be 100, I would love to be exactly 100. That's fine. A century. Make it to that century mark. Come on, I was born in the Y2K, the new millennium, the new era. And to be one of those that makes it to be literally 100, that would be the biggest milestone promised to me. But God, I understand that's not realistic, but that's fine. At least get me into my 80s, and better yet, get me to be 88, and I will be okay. But just know that people are not living to be that. Life expectancy is going down. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy for us, y'all. We gotta fight. We gotta have that warrior inside of us. You know what I'm saying? That African warrior that is inside of you queens, inside of you kings, inside of our children, and the children that aren't here yet, inside of the melanin in our skin, the woven fabric of the slavery, of everything we fought for is there. The Jim Crow, the white supremacy, the KKK. What is it? Those not just the Aryan brothers, but the Proud Brothers and all of that is in this skin here. It's up to us to fight. It is up to us to fight it. And they don't want us to fight it. So that's why they give us the fast food. That's why they give us the lack of education, the lack of health care, the lack of enjoyment of life here in America, in the world. Why do you think they do it to us? They take our books out of the schools, our literature, our mathematics. There's so much they take out of us. And why do you think they want to buy so much of the stuff that we create and we patent ourselves? Because they know once they take it, they can throw us to the dirt and to the dust like we don't matter. Don't you realize every civilization of culture, race, ethnicity has had African slaves stolen from that motherland? Why? Ask yourselves that. That's why it is so important for us to have our health together. Our teeth, our dental, our dermatology. Not Botox, dermatology, just making sure our skin is good. Make sure you're getting the natural oils. Make sure you're getting the natural lotions. Make sure you're getting the natural soaps. Make sure you're getting all the purifying water you can have. And it ain't got to come from Fiji. Let's be real. I told people this. I bet you what they do is they got a filter. They run water through it. And then it tastes a little different. And they bottle that shit up and place it on the shelves for $10 a bottle. Fiji water, getting it from the actual Fiji land. Chop by. Come on now. White supremacy of it all. Trying to get a buck for some water. But seriously, y'all, it is imperative. Your health is the number one source of your vessel. I was working at for this NBA Winter Showcase recently, um, and I was telling this guy, I thought his name was Alex, but his name is Kyle, way off. And we was talking about smashing hands, and I was like, "Well, I wish that because I wear steel toe boots because I don't want to mess up my feet." But I told him, I said, "I don't. That's why I don't get into fights, or I don't do. I'm very apprehensive about stuff because I don't want to damage these things because once these is gone, that's it." And I said, "These are one of a kind, baby. Like once these go, there's no more." Like if this were to get chopped off and where it can't be replaced, like sewn back together, it's gone. There's no more. So that's why I'm very protective of my vessel. Like when I used to fight in high school, I wouldn't throw my hands. I throw objects, pencil sharpeners, calculators, the chair, the desk. Oh yes. Ask anybody that knows me. Javier does not fight with his hands. I fight with objects. You want to know why? Because once these go or this goes, that's it. And if I'm not about to sit up here and do all that talking. I'm just gonna beat your ass. I'm just gonna throw shit, destroy you that way. But that's how delve in conversations. Okay, here we go. See, I'm going into my craziness. But but take care of these. Take care of these. Take care of this. Take care of your eyes. Take care of your face. Take care of your hair. Take care of your skin. Enjoy it. Go in the mirror and just look at yourself. And say, oh, okay, I gotta fix this, I gotta do this. Not because of society standards, European standards, but because you need to. You know what I'm saying? And I believe, and mind you, I'm not just talking about physically, y'all. There is holistic medications out there. There is holistic health treatments. There is holistic, there's religious, there's medical, there's scientific, there's all those things as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's for physical too, as well as the mental. Make sure you're taking care of your bodies inside and out. Mentally, soulfully, spiritually, religiously, holistically. Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And remember, not every answer is in medicine. Not every answer is in that pill to be taken. Because remember, is that shit for free? No, it is not. Not everything is solved by surgery, cosmetics, or anything. Not everything is solved by that. Love your vessel. Your vessel was given to you with what you can handle. Like that saying goes in the Bible, God blesses you with not. He gives you. What the hell is the damn thing? He never puts no much more on you than you can bear. That's the same thing. He gave you. The body you're blessed with is what you can handle. Anything other than is clear you can't handle. Let's put an example. If your dick is a certain size and you want to go in for a penile implant, you're given that size. You're blessed that size because you're only meant to handle this much. Women, you get your ass and your titties done. You were blessed with what you were able to handle. Because if you don't know the worth of the body you were already automatically given, how can you go out and get something else? Because then you won't know what to do with that. And that's just on the cosmetic side. But the same thing with your body, though. If you are not taking care of your body, how can you actively go out and do things that will then harm your body physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, when you never knew how? Or let me put it like this. You go out and seek something that then turns around to be a negative thing for your body. And then you wonder why it's a negative thing for your body because you didn't know how to handle your body in the first place. So how can you go out and partake in something that your body will now have to partake in itself and it doesn't know how to handle? Why do you think there's drug addiction, food addiction, alcohol addiction? Really, guys, I really want you guys to take care of your bodies, please. Take care of your family's body. If you notice anything out of the ordinary, speak up on it. Be an advocate for your family and make sure any of them that are in treatments or any, chemotherapy, radiation, and on medications or anything, make sure you're holding them accountable. Because then they'll start to hold themselves accountable. You know what I'm saying? It's a dangerous world we're living in, and health has to be first. It has to be. If you're not good, if you're not alright, how can you be for somebody else? Hold on, hold on. Okay. So I just had to make sure we're still recording, because last time I was filming, I was recording, but I ran out of space, so then the camera stopped recording, and I didn't know it, and I had a whole bunch of good shit I was saying, and I didn't realize I didn't remember everything I said, because once I got done with the episode, I did everything, the spiel, the fun facts, everything, and then I got around, went to click it off, and I said, are you fucking kidding me? This whole damn thing didn't record? And I went back, then it stopped in the track, so I thought I didn't press record, but it was recording, but it didn't. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think I said everything I needed to say. And this wasn't a call for, anything but just highlighting the fact that beyond this show, there's a lot of stuff that I go through, y'all, that y'all don't know about. There's a lot of stuff that y'all don't know that I go through or somebody else is going through. We get up and I saw this meme once. It was about an apple. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. I can show y'all. It was this apple. On the outside, it's golden, and then on the inside, it's rotten. And it was really about, or not rotten. It was just bad, but it was all about perspective on viewing things. I can't remember if I either saved it or. But it really just depicts the reality of a lot of us, and that we are all going through things, and we have to remember that we're human, and that at the end of the day, no matter what we're going through, no matter what we're dealing with, we're all still people, and we all need to be reminded that before we pass questions. I wouldn't say everything is all in judgment, but I would just say questions or a pause. You know what I'm saying? See, this is one thing I hate about Instagram, because Instagram, they changed a lot of their crap around. Like, no. I'm gonna find it. But yeah, guys, make sure, I say the key things are making sure you find a great medical team, doctors, nurses, people that are going to look out for you health-wise. Make sure you have a great Love Village support system. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're drinking right. Nothing wrong with having coffee and alcohol and things, but make sure you drink a lot of water. Make sure you, I was always like, organic shit, the fuck? Man, whatever. But really, it is honestly about eating the freshest fruits, freshest vegetables, freshest meats. You know what I'm saying? Going to those places that will honor those things. You know what I'm saying? Our bodies are only meant to intake a certain amount of calories, certain amount of fat and gluten and or not gluten, but just natural things, vitamins and minerals and all of those things. Our bodies are only meant to take in a certain amount, and when we start to exceed those amounts, then it starts to end up being very, very, very bad for us. And here we go. Let me see if I can find it. I really hope I like this post. I thought I did, but of course, when I'm looking for something, I can't find it. Yeah, I can't find it. Damn. Golden and inside run. Ah, here we go. Found it. So let's see. So it's this. I don't know if y'all can see that, but hopefully y'all can't see that. But that's how people are. Everybody on this earth. Especially my brothers and my sisters. On the outside, we look like gold, but a lot of times on the inside, we are going through some things. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You know, that's why we need to get checked out. Anybody can polish your thing, shoe shine. But the question is the sole of that shoe intact? Is the wood good? Withstanding? Is that window that you're Windexing? Is it still a good window, a good glass window? You know, you got to make sure that the item that you're claiming is good is actually good throughout. Very imperative. I appreciate y'all watching this episode. We'll delve more into health and things like that, but I just really wanted to, this is really like a call to action, just a message, y'all, for my brothers and sisters. I love y'all so much. I want to give y'all fun fact for today. I really feel like I should change the title of this, but I'm just gonna say fun facts for right now because some of this stuff I didn't know. Now, I'm gonna say this: when I get enough money, I am going to be buying this company, this brand back. Did y'all know this man named Steve Henson created Hidden Valley Ranch, and it started in 1954? Let me give you some backdrop on this gentleman here. So, Ranch, I'm just going to read some stuff to you. Ranch has been the best-selling salad dressing in the United States since 1992 when it took over Italian. It is also popular in the United States and Canada as a dip and as a flavoring for potato chips and other foods. In 2017, 40% of Americans named ranch as their favorite dressing, according to the study by the Association of Dressing and Sauces. Never knew that, but okay. No, there was such a thing. There's an association for that. And so here's some backdrop about this gentleman. In 1949, Thayer, Nebraska native Steve Henson, born in 1918 and died in 2007, moved his wife to the Anchorage, Alaska area where he worked as a plumbing contractor. While there, he invented a new salad dressing. Henson retired from plumbing at the age of 35 and moved with his wife to Santa Barbara County, California. In 1956, he purchased a guest ranch in San Marcos Pass and renamed it Hidden Valley Ranch. Henson served the salad dressing he created at the ranch. He also mixed a batch for his friends. Audrey Ovington, owner of the Cold Spring Tavern, which became the first commercial customer for the dressing. By 1957, Henson began selling packages of dressing mix in stores. Henson began selling the packages by mail for 75 cents a piece and eventually devoted every room in his house to the operation. By the mid-1960s, the guest ranch had closed, but Henson's ranch dressing mail order business was thriving. The Hensons incorporated Hidden Valley Ranch Products Inc. and opened a factory to manufacture ranch dressing in larger volumes, which they first distributed to supermarkets in the Southwest and eventually nationwide. Manufacturing of the mix was later moved to San Jose, then Colorado. I'm reading this for the first time, so I really don't know. I didn't know that. Wow. And then to Sparks, Nevada in 1972. In October 1972, the Hidden Valley Ranch brand was bought by Clorox for $8 million, and Henson retired. I will be buying this back from Clorox. promise you, black people, I'm gonna be bringing shit back when I get the money. Now I know that Hidden Valley Ranch is, I'm sure, way more than what it's worth now, but I do want to, one thing I do want to do my research on is who owns that Hidden Valley Ranch now. Okay, let me continue reading. I'm gonna do my research on who owns that ranch because I think I might know who it is. Because anytime you search up, funny thing, when you search up somebody that invented something, always a white person that they try to put in the mix like they invented it but really didn't. Because I searched up this guy and there's a white guy that's in glasses too that they try to make it seem like he actually created it. Okay, and I'm not even gonna put his picture on the show because there's no need. All right. Kraft Food and General Foods introduced similar dry seasoning packets labeled as ranch style. Clorox reformulated the Hidden Valley Ranch dressing several times to make it more convenient for consumers, including adding buttermilk flavoring to the seasoning, allowing the dressing to be made using much less expensive regular milk. Always, do you see how they alter our shit? It was already fine the way it was. In 1983, Clorox developed a non-refrigerated bottle formulation. That's what I'm talking about, chemicals. Why? Now go on the back of that Hidden Valley Ranch and then go to the package one, and I bet you see a whole bunch of different chemicals in there. During the 1980s, ranch became a common snack food flavor, starting the Cool Ranch Doritos in 1987. Hidden Valley Ranch Wavy Lay's potato chips were introduced in 1994. During the 1990s, Hidden Valley had 3 child-orientated variations of ranch dressing: pizza, nacho cheese, and taco flavors. As of 2002, Clorox subsidiary Hidden Valley Manufacturing Company was producing ranch packets and bottle dressings at 2 large factories in Reno, Nevada, and Welling, Illinois. I know that it's going to be a lot of money to buy this brand back, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to revoke all licensing to Cool Ranch Doritos and all that stuff like that unless they agree to, some type of deal. But I'm making that my plan. That would be something I would like to do. Really, my goal is to try to buy back as much black people shit as I can. That would be the number one thing. Put it black owned, black money, black businesses. But, I think that's every black person's dream, right? Or not every black person's dream, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I didn't know that though. So I want to thank the black man for giving. I know I like Hidden Valley Ranch for some reason. Now I do like that bacon one. That bacon one is fire though. I don't try the other ones, but that bacon Hidden Valley Ranch is pretty good. But thank you to the Hidden Valley Ranch man for making it what it is. Appreciate him. He did what he did. Look at that. A black man created the ranch. So all you white people that like the wings with your ranches and the blue cheese and all stuff like that, and I mean not blue cheese, but your ranches stuff, thank the black man for the reason why you love ranch so much. Black people are behind everything. Shit, I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. But wow, when I found that out, I was scrolling through Twitter. I found that out. I was like, So, but I want to thank Steve Henson, and I wonder if he's related to Roger B. Henson by chance. We already know Roger B. Henson is related to somebody else, so somebody else historical. So, but let's see who owns the Hidden Valley Ranch area now. I'm surprised they didn't do what they did to that couple in California and steal the land. Remember that story that recently came back out, like, what was it, 1 or 2 years ago, where the state of California gave back that land as reparations or whatever like that was stolen from them because they were the only, hotel owners of that land or whatever like that, and they were forced out. But then finally the governor or somebody voted to give that back to the family that owned it. I have to look up that story and give it to y'all. But let's first look up who owns Valley Ranch land now. So it looks like it's more of a historical land area now than it's yeah. It looks more like historical land. Nobody owns it. It doesn't look like it. but it doesn't look like anybody owns it from what I'm researching and looking up. But I could be wrong. So but yeah, it doesn't look like, or I mean, on the website Hill and Valley Ranch, they do have it there that he owned it. I guess on their website, but I'm just saying they don't really promote. They don't. People. I think I don't know if people really realize, but it doesn't show that it may still be owned by the actual company of Hidden Valley, but it doesn't look like it's doesn't look like it's been. There was this white guy. That they try to put up here. Who's this man? Okay, well, I'm not gonna mention this white man because he ain't worth mentioning. I don't really know who the hell this man is. Um, but I don't know. I guess he's just somebody that was talking about it. But yeah, nonetheless, a black man invented ranch, and so family in California giving back land. Yes, it was the Bruce family. The Bruce family was finally giving back their land after it was stolen from them after 89 years. Um, and it was finally given back to them. The officials have voted on it last year on finally giving back to them. This article was in June 28th of 2022. But yeah, they finally got their land back. So that was something. So shout out to the Bruce family for that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to do some more research. I wonder what else we've created. I'm gonna have to do like some. Well, we probably created hot sauce. No nuts. We probably created hot sauce. Probably gonna create a whole bunch of shit that we don't know about, or that I don't know about at least. But if there's any other inventions that are sauces that I should know about or anybody else should know about, click down in the bottom. And let us know. But I want to thank y'all so much for watching the Analytical Eye Show. I'll see you on the next episode. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and TikTok at Avia Vassal. And you can follow the show at The Analytical Eye on Facebook and Instagram. And on Twitter at iAnalytical. I'm still trying to see about getting that changed, but we're going to work on that. But I thank y'all so much for watching this episode. I'll see you next time. Happy holidays. And I hope you guys have a great New Year's. And let's continue to spread the message about health in the black community. I love y'all. Peace and love. And cheers. The Analytical Eye Show is presented by Analytical Eye Productions, a AAVR company.